What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Forging Fates. If you're new here, Forging Fates is a sober D&D campaign set in the critical role world of Exandria, partnered with a nonprofit group known as the Phoenix, which is a sober, active community. The Phoenix is trying to build a vibrant movement of people in recovery, aiming to end the stigma around the rehabilitation journey from substance use. They have a new app they can use to schedule in-person events in 36 states or virtual events around the globe, including yoga, D&D, meditation, and book clubs, just to name a few. So, click the link below to help support the channel and to connect with 77,000 members and download the app today. If you would like to support the channel, we do also have a Patreon that will give you the opportunity to vote in polls. It has a special Discord channel with just other patrons as well as the cast, and have your name called out at the beginning of all of our shows. For example, this month's patron is the Silver King. He's been supporting us for a few months, and we really appreciate their support. And with your support, we're able to grow this channel and build an inclusive, dynamic community of geeks. Another way to support us is through Twitch subscriptions, which unlock exclusive emotes by our amazing community member and moderator, Sarah. As a reminder, if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime, so we would appreciate it if you use that free Bezos buck on us. Just don't forget to resubscribe every month. You don't have any cash to throw our way, we understand. Times are getting tough out there for a lot of people, and you can just subscribe to our Instagram, our YouTube. All the socials are linked below, and watch and like our videos. We'd really appreciate it if you let the world know know we're a community worth taking the journey with. To our cast. Before I open it up to the rest of the cast, I just want to give our very own Whisper a shout out for breaking 6K followers on her TikTok. I thought that was really awesome, and she deserved a round of applause. She's doing some really fun stuff on there, so if you can give her a follow at Gembury. I think she'll put that in the chat for everyone. Sorry, like I said, just wanted to celebrate your accomplishment. And happy Pride Month, everyone. To celebrate Pride, we have actually designed a shirt. Our very own Sarah has been kind enough to design a shirt for us. Let me show you all. Let's see, what else do we have here? In celebration of that awesome shirt by Sarah and Pride Month, we are going to be giving away one of those shirts at the end of tonight. It's going to be a subscriber-only giveaway, so you have to be subscribed to the channel, whether it's through a gifted, a Prime, or a regular sub. But I thought that'd be a really fun way to celebrate Pride and to celebrate that awesome design by Sarah. So, let's see. Does anyone have anything else? Anything they want to shout out? How's the sound levels, everyone? Are we good in chat? Sounds okay? All right. If no one has anything, then let's dive into our next episode of Forging Fates. All right, so picking up where we last left off, the team, having investigated around finding leads on the release of the monster, has found themselves at the League of Miracles, where they interacted with Lyndon's ex-fling, and and eventually making their way to the Spellwright, who showed them some things he was working on. A set of golems that he had been designing to mass produce and release into the city to help protect the city from various threats and crime. The group then finagled their way into allowing the Spellwright, figured it into getting the Spellwright to agree to allow them to investigate the tunnel that had been dug that he had filled and they found out that he was working with the clasp to draw these monsters in for experimentation. From there, they scheduled a meeting with the Spiraling and made their way back to their abode for the evening, parting ways with Lyndon for the time being. And they all went to bed that evening, and our own Finnick was plagued by a nightmare. What that vision of the man in flame, the bloody man in flame, means will be revealed with time. So, as we start the next day, who would like to be the first to wake? Okay, Gormrock, right away, jumping on it.
Just as usual, as if Tristan was still in the house with him, even though it's Clover and Felix. He's up before dawn, making food, making tea, and just the aroma of berries and fruits and vegetables and a special meal prepared just for them will be set up before they even wake up.
Okay. So, as the smell of breakfast begins to cook, Clover, you are the next to wake.
Yeah, as usual, Clover wakes up as the sun rises. This time she kind of jolts to awake and starts feeling all over her body for cuts, bruises, bloods, because she also had a pretty interesting nightmare. She's going to smell the smells and go downstairs and see Gormrog. And did you have a weird dream last night?
Yeah, how'd you know?
I had the
So
weirdest dream last night.
Did it have anything to do with the boar eating? No boars, no
No.
wild boars in your dream? Oh, okay. Must have been a different weird dream. What was yours about?
I think mine was about Whisper eating me, but like as a bear. Or like,
It's a bear.
you know what? Never mind. What did you make for
No.
breakfast?
Oh, here, check it out. So we got peaches, we got apples, we got completely blanked on all the fruits that I know.
Oh, strawberries. And Clover's just gonna pick up a handful and eat them with like the stem still attached.
Yeah, go right ahead. It's just a menagerie of fruits and veg just for you guys. Because I know it's what you like. We got some tea set up, caffeinated, because that's the only way to go in the morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Who would like to be awake next? Okay, that looks like you, Felix. We handle that house first.
I'm not on fire still. Whoa, what's that? Oh, okay. You trot downstairs to kind of groggily find where these smells are coming from.
So anyway, yeah, there was this big boar out in the middle of the woods, and there was a meerkat riding him. It was very strange. Oh, good morning, Felix.
Good morning. What are you talking about exactly? A boar?
It was
Riding some...
strange dreams last night. Did you have one?
Boars, bears.
Oh, yes. I had quite some dreams. Did we try to kill each other?
Yes. Yes, we did.
Yes. That's...
I'd say that either
is
you were in my
really
dream
sad
last
about
night.
that.
No.
Oh,
So
okay.
weird.
Yes. Oh, we've had dreams the same though before. I mean, it happens, right?
I guess maybe it's a full moon out or something.
Okay. So, as you all enjoy your breakfast for the day and get prepared, the other team of Finnick and Whisper. What is Finnick As you awaken on the floor, still that cold sweat a little pressed against your body, the echoes of the nightmare in your head. You are the first to awaken. What would you like to do?
Well, it's safe to say I didn't get much sleep last night. I was just not wanting it to happen again. I sort of sit up off of the floor, sort of get back in touch with reality, and I'm assuming I still see Whisper on the bed.
Correct. Yeah.
I will just get up and slowly make my way downstairs.
Okay. As you make your way downstairs, even still being relatively early, downstairs is far more packed than you've seen it in the last few days. At least the last 2 days you've been here. It's already got a lot of hustle and bustle going. There's people uh, running food out. You see Stir and Fry both like making their way with plates to tables. It's almost every table is full with the exception of like one or two you see, and you're able to find a seat. But things are busy this morning. Is there anything you want to do in particular, or just
Just assuming I would find my way to the table where the other three were sitting.
okay? They're at their home, I believe, still.
Oh,
So it would just
then
be
I'll
you
just
downstairs.
I will just take a seat at one of the empty tables.
Okay. As you sit down, the drow woman you're familiar with to be Marie Lynn makes her way over to you. Did you want something to eat?
I think I'll just have a tea for now, but thank you.
Very well. She steps off, and again, that usual curtness, you can kind of tell she's it's been increased a little bit by the frustration of such a busy morning. But she returns quickly with a tea for you, sets it down, and departs. Let me see. Okay. All right. Whisper, when did you want to wake up?
When the smell of bacon is strongest.
Okay. So, about 20 minutes goes by before the permeation of bacon has made it through the entirety of Marie Lynn's, and like a cartoon character, the scent trail wafting across your nose. You rise up from bed.
I jolt up from bed,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna be like, sloppily throw on whatever I'm wearing for the day and trot downstairs.
Okay. Make your way downstairs. As I said, even like the place is packed. There's multiple people at the tables now. The, it's filling in more and more as time goes on. And there's about, not including you two, about 20 to 25 people in there that are just patrons. But you see Finnick seated at the table.
I'm gonna go over to Finnick and sit not across from her, but like right next to her. I'm like, hey, morning. Did you order food yet?
No, not yet. Waiting to see when you would wake up.
I'm awake. Let's get some food.
All right. Can I see where Maria Lynn is, or where anybody is?
Yeah, it's easy enough to grab one of them. You see Danny kind of running around, trying to get things together as well. Easy enough to grab his attention. And
I think she's already on it, so.
What can I get you?
Blah, blah, blah. What do you got?
We have some bacon, some eggs, potatoes.
Go with bacon. Can I just have a whole plate of bacon? No eggs, no potatoes, just bacon.
Just bacon.
Yep.
Okay. How like just a big plate of bacon?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you want any sausage or?
Nope. Just bacon today.
Okay. I'll be right back. Did you want something to drink?
Nope.
Okay. He makes his way off. Okay.
It's packed today.
I feel like I'm missing something. Like, why is it this busy?
Is there a party or an event?
You think we would have heard something if there was?
I mean, we've been kind of busy. You know, spiders and dead bodies and stuff.
Yeah.
I wasn't exactly looking at the calendar.
I don't even know if there's one for us to look at, but
Oh, here's
Maybe-
here's the bacon. Danny,
Hey,
slide the plate in
hey.
front of you. Yeah.
Is there an event today?
I don't think so. No
There's a
one
lot
told
of
me about
people
it,
here.
man.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
don't know. We're really busy today.
Maybe everyone's just realized how good your food is.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Gromrog's a pretty good cook.
Yeah, where is he?
He should be in soon.
And I scarf down my bacon.
Did you want another plate? Should I get like another one ready?
You know what? It's a special day. Let's do it.
Okay. Heads back off. Anything you two want to discuss, or?
I'm just very in my own head at the moment, not necessarily a talkative mood per se.
Since I sat uncomfortably right next to you, and I kind of took over the ordering. I was like, "Oh, wait, you didn't get food. Did you want something?"
No, I'm content with my tea, thank you.
Okay. What are we doing today?
Meeting with
Oh yeah.
I don't
We had
remember
something.
his name, but somebody from the class.
Are you doing
I'm
all
sure
right?
Gormar will know. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night.
Did I snore too loudly?
I wish that would be the least of my issues, but
Oh, okay.
I didn't notice
Well.
any snoring.
Good. Well, I'm sorry you didn't sleep well. Maybe we can take it a light day today so you can rest and just not be worried about all the things we've been worried about recently.
We can try.
Yeah.
We can try.
Okay. So, other team. Still no Tristan as the day the day starts to progress a little bit. You guys have had your breakfast, and still you haven't heard from Tristan. So, what is the plan?
Tristan will come when Tristan comes. He's not gonna adhere to any normal person's schedule. But if y'all are ready to go, let's go meet up with the other two and see what the day has in store for us.
Sounds good to me.
Did you happen to make coffee, Gordon?
I didn't, but I can guarantee you, Stir and Fry did.
Yes. I think I've had their coffee. It's a little bit burnt, not as good as yours, but it's okay. Well,
Worst case scenario, I'll put on a fresh pot for you once we get there.
oh, no, it's okay. I just need to find the biggest cup, but we do need to find them. We'll lead the way, please.
Yeah, so as we're walking along, Clover is going to remember that she took a piece of paper off of that artificer guy's desk, and she's going to check it out as they're walking to the restaurant.
Okay. Um, as as you look at the paper, just remind me where the paper was on the table, right, of the automaton. That's where
It
that's what you got that one. Okay. As you look at it,
his stick's desk.
yes.
Yeah.
As you look at it, it is a list of like it essentially looks like an inventory list of parts. There's like metal screws, and it lists a quantity of that. And there's 2x4 metallic plate 16. You get the sense that looking through this, it's a list of the parts that he uses per automaton, and it has a cost associated with each one next to it. You get the sense that this is a breakdown of him, how much each automaton costs him to make.
Okay, I'm gonna show it to Gormrog and Felix in case they're interested. And just let them know my thoughts. I think that this is an inventory list with a automaton. That's it, right?
We
That's
should
automaton.
we should probably make a copy of that. Um,
Oh yeah, I can do that really fast. Clover's just gonna whip out her notebook and start jotting the note down in her notebook.
That is quite impressive, Cloak. I might have you, write down some spells for me in my spell book. You could practice. Maybe learn something. Save me a little bit of time.
I love that. I've been learning so much.
As you guys are making your way outside, just the very short walk to the inn, um, there is heavy cloud cover overhead, and you could feel the moisture in the air, that pre-storm uh, sense against your skin. So, but the sun is starting to peek through the clouds, but it definitely looks like there is a storm ahead. So, instantly as you enter into Marie Lynn's, the hustle and bustle washes over you as this sound of talking and moving. The Seamus is actually up from his chair, like running back and forth, like cleaning a table and running back to the front to greet the next person coming in. Which for you, Gormrog, you've maybe seen this happen once. Seamus never
normal.
gets up from his chair. But everyone, it's all hands on deck. Everyone is there. Even people that you don't typically work this morning shift, the ones that stay in the inn, have all been woken up and are working currently.
Wow. Is he in
Oh,
here?
yeah. I see the other two over there. Why don't you go grab the table with them?
Over here.
Okay.
I'm gonna run to the kitchen.
Okay. Um,
Have
in,
fun.
in the ki- in the kitchen, you see Rosalind actually sitting there trying to keep things in order. The she is getting the plates together, making sure things don't get broken. Has the grill going with eggs and sausages and bacon, potatoes, all the typical breakfast accoutrement. Ah, I hope you're here to work.
Miss Roslyn, I wasn't, but I will. But let me take over this, and I'll just kind of move my hands under hers and just take over whatever she's working on.
Okay, as you do that, she kind of steps back, puts the hand on the upper part of your back, and kind of like gives you a slight peck on the cheek. Thank you so much, Gorm.
Anything for you, Miss Roslyn.
She begins to occupy herself with other tasks as the day is hectic, to say the least.
I'd like to overproduce food to anticipate the workload and then allow me to rejoin my friends.
Hmm.
Just kind of get them caught up with where they need to be and then um, join the table.
Okay. It doesn't take particularly long, but you are able to accomplish the task. Did anyone want to do anything in the interim?
You want
Yeah.
some bacon?
Oh,
Is he
no
able to
thanks.
accomplish the task just as fast, even with Felix constantly on his side tugging? Yeah. So when are you gonna get to the coffee? Yeah, I see you making bacon. See you making eggs, Gormrog. Man, they really shouldn't have let me in the kitchen. Hey, 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 coffee.
It's right over there.
And grab him by his head and just pick him up, turn him, put him down, and push him towards the door.
Those anyways. Walk out. Rejoin the table. He's
And I'll
busy, by the way.
for
Gormrog's not going
coffee.
to come out for a while.
Yeah, it's pretty busy in here.
He didn't say he was going to work, though. That's not cool.
What do you mean? I don't even work here, and I kind of want to work. I'm not going to, because I don't like crowds much, but it looks like they could use all the hands they get.
All you hexcombs are the same. Bustle, bustle, bustle. Never relaxing. Big
realize
farm,
it's
don't.
all-
Oh my gosh.
That's what this campaign's going to turn into, just a in-running D&D show.
Clover would like to look around and see if she can hear anyone's conversations to see if maybe there is something going on today that maybe the staff didn't know about.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
That is a 16.
16. Okay. As you try and listen in, it's a lot of idle conversation. Like this one group is talking about, oh yeah, we got to bring a shipment in from the docks next week. And they're just random conversations of nothing that really sticks out to you as like significant or important, or would even tell why there's so many people here. I will say though, you do notice every little bit someone from each of the tables, different all the time, but everyone does glance in your table's direction. Whether that's be because of the appearance of some of you or the reason you're not sure.
Do you have a question?
Go ahead.
Are all these extra patrons, do they look like they would be at Murray Lynn's?
I will
Solid question.
Say that again?
I said that was a solid question.
I would say that they range in age from probably 16, I'm generalizing in human years to give you an idea, from like 16 to early 40s. You don't see anyone that's like particularly, how do I want to word this? You don't see anyone that doesn't appear to be able to handle themselves in a fight.
Because I meant like, because it was the places where if nobody else had anywhere to go, because of
Okay, I
what they
understand.
look like.
I mean, yeah, there are humans, there are elves there. This is not the typical monstrous race crowd, so that's unusual. But
so Clover looks around and notices that, and she's gonna pull her long sleeves all the way down over her like furry wrists and top of her hands, and she's gonna get really shy and kind of look down and then kind of nudge to Felix. I think that they're staring at us.
Oh, what? Oh, don't. It's not you. I haven't bathed in quite a while. It's probably me, Clover. Do not worry.
You're right. You do smell bad.
Yes, Gormrog didn't offer a bath, but that's a different story, I guess.
Clover is going to practice her prestidigitation, and she's going to make Felix smell better.
Ooh, thank you. Maybe that should turn the eyes. Look away, I do not smell anymore. And I say that very loudly as I glance vigorously at the ones looking at us.
okay, it's not like they're like outright staring at you, but every once in a while, like you notice them like check the table, essentially, like glance at it, see you all, and then like return their gate, like return to their conversations.
See, it should be good now, Clover.
Hey, Whisper, Felix, what have you guys been up to this morning? Sorry, I'm a little flustered. There's just a lot of people around.
I'm eating bacon, but you don't like bacon, right?
I tried bacon. I don't think I would like it. I'm a vegetarian.
That means you like vegetables, right?
I like vegetables. I like fruits. I like grains. Like I like a lot of things. I just don't really eat meat.
Oh, okay. I used to be a vegetarian too.
Cool. What made you change?
I left.
You left. Where did you
Yeah.
leave?
I went on an adventure. And now I don't have to be a vegetarian anymore.
Oh, well, I'm glad you got to make that choice for yourself.
Yeah.
I don't have to be a vegetarian. I just don't like eating meat. It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Have you ever eaten meat?
I don't think so. I eat honey, but the bees tell me that that's okay. They're my friends.
I look very confused.
Yeah, so, Finnick, how's your morning? I see you have your friendship bracelet on. It looks really pretty on you.
Thanks. It's fine. It's just another morning.
Yeah.
Finnick didn't sleep well,
Oh,
but it
That's
wasn't because I was snoring.
I didn't sleep well either. And neither did Felix. Did you have a bad dream?
But, yeah.
That's so weird. We all had bad dreams last night.
Did Whisper tear your throat out as well?
Oh my gosh, that's what my dream was.
What did I do?
Yes. It was quite... I got burnt and then it was quite a lot. But I thought it was just a dream, though. I've had many dreams like that.
I didn't do that.
Well, I obviously not.
No. This was nothing like that.
Want to talk about it?
I'm okay. It's...
Okay. Well, if you want to talk about it later, you can. I'm right here. I like listening. You can even write it in a note because I like reading too.
Thank you, Clover. And then I'll just start to fiddle with the bracelet on my hand.
I'm going to come back to the table at this point. In my left hand, I'm going to be holding 5 mugs, just all in one hand. And in my right hand, I'm going to have 2 pots. And in my mouth are going to be just a bag, a small brown paper bag with coasters in them. And I'm going to be like, help me out here. Put them in front of everybody. And here's a whole bunch of mugs, one for each of you. I got hot water for tea. I got coffee. No, you don't eat the coaster. You put it underneath your mug. It's to keep the table safe. Remember we were talking about table safety and protecting the table instead of damaging it? This is lesson number 2. I also, I'll reach into my pocket. I brought these packages, these dried fruits for your tea. So they're labeled. You can choose which one you want. I also put in an order for more bacon. Don't worry about it. I see you making your face there.
Gormog, this looks all amazing, but you forgot something. What is it you want?
What makes you think I forgot?
Oh,
I've been back there for like half an hour already. Like,
you should sit down and relax. What can I get you? There's hustle and bustle and
you can get me a moment's peace. Let me sit down and catch me up. What's been going on the past half hour?
Everyone's staring at us.
What do you mean?
There's
Look!
people
Stop
different
pointing!
crowd.
I'm gonna mean mug wherever he's pointing. Just.
I'm gonna smile and wave wherever he's pointing.
No.
It's
As,
just
as you wave, they kind of like the one person who was glancing at that time, like just kind of waves back.
do
Why
we
are there
get
so many people on road?
any indication of why they're staring? Can I make a roll for it of some kind?
Insight check.
Sure, go ahead and roll insight check.
Insight check.
I will assist so you can roll with advantage.
Oh, well, thank you very much. With advantage, that comes out to a grand total of 17.
Okay. It's hard to get kind of like a real read on why these various people are looking at you. It does, like as you're like really looking at it though, it does start to strike you as a little strange that like there's, no matter what, there's someone watching you at all times. As one person comes off, someone else is coming on, and at various tables and various people at those tables.
Something tells me our meeting today has already started.
What do you mean?
Meeting? What meeting?
Well, we're supposed to meet with the fellow with the mask that works for Salgam.
Yeah.
I would like to do something.
Go ahead.
The next person that I notice stare at us or look at us, I would like to cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay. What?
Ooh.
That is a Wisdom 14 saving throw.
Let's go.
Shit, I'm sorry. They actually rolled a 14, so.
Finnick, what exactly are you trying to cast? I whisper very slowly as I see you're trying to do something.
Wait, so 14 means I pass, right?
Yes.
Just... I want to know why they're looking.
This is the time for subtlety. This is not the time for what you did in the school.
No, I was just thinking, how does one get into one's mind? But you're right, subtlety is a must.
Oh.
Do I hear that?
Hear what?
Do I hear Finnick and
mean,
Felix's
they're-
I'll talk-
conversation?
Yeah,
And I'm right next to Phoenix. Okay, yeah. Wait, which one were you trying to?
That
I
one
wanna-
whisper.
I want to
Just
stand up
technical
and walk
of
over
his
to them.
hand.
Okay.
All right.
I hurry up behind her and oh yes.
Okay. So, as you make your way over and stand in front of this, it's a dwarven man who's kind of like sitting back in his chair as you walk over. He looks at you, and as you step up, he kind of sits back. Yeah.
Remember whisper. Subtlety.
Hi, I'm Whisper.
Hi,
Hi.
I couldn't help but notice you were looking at us. Is it because you think that we look pretty cool?
Sure.
What's your name?
As you ask his name, the entire inn goes silent. And everyone that is not working there stands up in unison. And then
They get up too, and I'm like, where's Tristan when you need him?
the as silence falls over the inn, you hear the steps of boots. And out from the kitchen, you see a approximately 6 foot tall man, leather ogre style mask on his face. Heard you all wanted to have a meeting with me.
Olesh.
Why don't we take a seat?
Yeah. Why don't we all take a seat?
Walks over to where Finnick and Clover are seated, pulls up a chair, sits down. The rest all stand watching intently.
I sit myself right in between Clover and him. Like I squirm. Excuse me, this was my seat, big. Excuse me, person. And I of course knocked on because that's what Felix would do. Okay, yes, this is my seat right here. Excuse me, Clover. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Why don't you sit, Gormrog?
You did your homework.
Out of my job. Now, what do you want?
Well, don't know how much you know, but we've been hired by Mr. Salgum to investigate what was happening that shouldn't have been. We were told that you were the man to talk to.
Yeah. Well, I don't appreciate my business being put out there like that to people I don't know or trust, but I was asked to come speak with you about this, so...
And you brought
just
your
to make it
friends.
clear- Yes.
Sorry.
No? Yes, I brought my friends. I wanted to make it very
I was
clear.
under the impression that this would be done at the Jumpin' Jackal, not here at Miss Murray Lynn's.
Well, you call for me. I come when I want, not when you tell me.
This is a little excessive, don't you think?
Just trying to impose onto you the capabilities of the clasp.
Consider
that
us
is what,
imposed.
Funding a restaurant very well, I guess. Hopefully, you all are paying and tipping your waiters and waitresses.
Of course, we're not criminals.
Oh, that's good. I thought you were.
How's
I
your
feel so
Clover?
much better now. Huh?
Nothing. Just the tea. Looks delicious.
It's subtlety.
It's
bad.
subtlety, yes.
So, what do you exactly want to ask me?
Well, let's get into it, shall we?
We shall.
Do you want something to drink? I know you just walked out of my kitchen, but I can go back there and get you something. We got coffee here. I can get you a mug.
He just reaches across and grabs one of the mugs that were already on the table and pulls it over.
That one belonged to... okay. Hey, hang on. Let me... I'll be right back.
Just sit. Just sit.
2 seconds.
I
Just
backwashed, by the way, and you totally just grabbed my mug, but you have at it.
I've had worse things in my mouth.
Anyways,
I'm gonna just move the pot over to Felix. So he just has the pot of coffee while what's-his-face has his cup. All right. I'll sit. So, uh, we were in the alleyway 2 blocks over, 3 blocks up, and we found out that ettercap had gotten loose and had kidnapped a whole bunch of people and a whole bunch of animals and was killing them, draining them of their life force, and we took care of that. We cleaned up that mess. The 5 of us plus our friend Tristan, who is not here right now, but he will be joining us eventually, just so you're aware and not suspicious when another person shows up, because you seem a little jumpy. Now, according to my notes here, and I will be referencing my notes, that was your responsibility, and somebody let the ettercap out of the bag. Now, it looks like when my associates here were investigating the cage, it was unlocked. It wasn't broken into, it was unlocked. And unfortunately, by the time we got there, somebody had filled in the hole that had been dug that the ettercap had escaped out of. Which tells us it might have been an inside job, Mr. Golesh. Now, I understand you have been thorough in your investigation of us. What can you provide for our investigation of the ettercap and its escape?
We provided him with the ettercap, and that was the end of our involvement with that creature.
That creature? How many creatures exactly have you supplied to him?
Several.
Now, just out of curiosity, because you don't seem like somebody who likes to have ties tied to them, if these creatures are running amok and it is finding its way back to you, would you say that it's probably best that we figure out how they're escaping? Probably for everyone's benefit.
The spell wright's inability to secure his own compound is not of particular import to me, though I will admit having product we've secured for him escape, it is potentially problematic.
Not good for business, I would imagine.
Probably not.
So, like, there was like a hole down into the sewers, and the sewers are like your territory, right?
We have no operations in the sewers. We are clasp. We
Can-
don't.
Can I insight check that?
Go ahead.
That was a not 20. Nice.
All right. To a total of what?
What kind of roll was it again? Insight.
Insight,
23.
yeah.
23.
Okay. He is very difficult to read as a person. Plus a mask on makes it, it's even harder to pick up some of those subtle facial movements. But based off the roll and judging by his voice, it doesn't seem like he's lying about that.
Question?
Answer.
Excuse me.
How much do you know about the automaton project?
I am aware that he is attempting to create some sort of guards for the city.
How do you feel about that?
We are fairly confident we'll be able to circumvent any safety measures he puts in. Not that we have to. We are, after all, reputable businessmen.
Forgive me for She asked you a question. I don't know why you're looking at me. She asked the question.
What do you mean by safety measures? Curious.
He's creating his automaton to protect the city, and I don't. That's all it is. It's to make people feel safe.
And why don't the guards do that enough?
Well,
Why does he feel the need to replace them?
what his motivations are, not really my concern.
Like, what is your concern?
Making money to begin with.
Fair enough, me too.
No, it's really hard to take you seriously with that thing on your face.
Fair enough.
Would you mind just removing it so we can... Are you unable to?
Unwilling.
Why do you wear it? Are you ugly?
Hideously.
Uglier than that?
I killed an ogre once.
Yeah, you did.
So? Have I answered all of your questions?
No.
You've
think
raised a whole bunch
so.
more. Get comfy. You want some bacon? We got some bacon coming.
I'm fine.
It's gonna be hard to eat with the mask. I understand.
Yeah. I realize that.
Now you said you feel. What did you say? You said you feel it should not be an issue. You feel relatively safe. That you would be able to circumvent any of the automatons. Should they be implemented. Do you feel safe because of your capabilities or because of your agreement with Mr. Salcom?
I feel it's not a concern of mine.
Your abilities. I understand. And I'm going to take notes.
Like, do you have any ideas about how it escaped? Like, have you thought about it at all?
It's certainly concerning that a client of ours is unable to protect his proprietary information, shall we say?
So, like, if you think it's concerning that he can't even protect his proprietary information, then why don't you have any concerns about the Omnitronitron?
Why don't I have any concerns about his automaton?
Is it Traumatrons? I don't think she started.
Yeah, I'm traumatized, obviously.
Let's see. Just not a concern of mine, let's say.
A few of these creatures that have escaped, has he at all requested your aid in getting them back?
He has only had one creature escape.
Did he pay you at all any sums of money to try and investigate and get this creature back?
Well, let's say he hoped the guards would prove themselves inept in this matter.
Oh, no, what do you mean? He hoped the guards would fail, but did he request your aid?
Oh, it wasn't necessary to request our aid in this matter.
So you didn't gain anything. There's nothing for you to gain for this creature leaving or escaping.
No, either it was found and killed by the guards, or
We did it.
Yeah, it was found and killed by us.
Well, congratulations. You are at least semi-capable.
Yeah.
Are you insinuating, sir, that he had hoped that with the release of this creature, the guards would prove inept and need replacing?
Well, I'll say it's certainly. It certainly didn't seem. It. Will say he didn't release the creature, but it turned out to be an opportunity.
How do you know he didn't release the creature?
Well, that would be one counter to the reason we acquired the creature for him. He acquires these creatures to try and to test them against
Beat 'em
his
up.
automatons.
Yeah.
For him to release one, especially when his automatons are not complete, is not a great motivation. If they were complete,
so what you're
then
saying?
obviously, possibly.
So what it seems you're saying is he did a test run and he wanted to show the city that the guards were not capable of protecting them. So when maybe the traumatrons would
Suppose.
get released, yes, would get released, they would prove more useful. It's that.
That is certainly a possibility, and I cannot speak to his motivations.
From what
Well, you could,
we have looked at, we believe it to be an inside job.
And why is that?
Because the cage wasn't broken into, it was unlocked. And we want to know if you had anybody who maybe had motivation to do so, or had somebody in mind that would want to rush us along.
Firstly, I will say a broken lock is not necessarily indicative of an unbroken lock is not necessarily indicative of an inside job. Could just be a good lockpick. And as far as us having any involvement, I would say that this runs counter to our interests. To disrupt our business with a spell right only loses me money.
So,
Yeah. Go ahead.
sorry, go ahead, Clover. Did
No,
you
you're
have
good. Go
something to
ahead.
ask? I was going to ask if you don't have anybody who you would suggest may have been motivated to do so, do you have anybody who would be situationally present? People who are stationed in that room, people who are perhaps in possession of keys, people who are in the area.
If I have anyone embedded at the sanctum, that is frankly of no concern to you, and
Are you unfamiliar with how investigations work?
but I don't recognize your authority to investigate. So
Salgam
answer
is
questions.
paying us and has arranged this meeting. So you clearly recognize his authority.
Oh, I simply am maintaining a healthy relationship with a business partner by taking this meeting.
And we represent him in this business meeting. So please assist us in assisting you in maintaining that business relationship.
Very well. No, I don't have anyone at the sanctum currently.
Insight check.
Go ahead, roll.
That would be a 17.
I will say he is difficult to read, but the way the hesitation in his voice before answering, maybe he's lying. Kind of hard to tell.
And do you happen to know if Mr. Selgum has anybody on staff with frog feet?
Frog feet? No, I'm unaware of anyone with frog feet.
Mm-hmm. Can I glance around the room and see if anybody here has frog feet?
Sure. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Like to cast guidance, since he's being kind of I'm not obvious about it.
What does guidance give me?
Give you a D4.
Oof. Hang on. Perception is a +2. So that is an 18.
Okay. Looking around, no frog feet.
So, like, if you guys have nothing to do with the sewers, why are there directions to your like club or whatever in the sewers?
As you say that, he kind of like looks at you, and even through the mask, you see his eyes kind of like narrow a bit. As I've said, we have no locations in the sewer.
Did you used to?
No.
Are you going to in the future?
No.
Then why were there directions down there?
Well,
Great question.
he's saying that the location is not in the sewers, but the directions are down there, so you can get to it from the sewers. It's the path under the city, so you don't have to get caught going in.
We don't
Mhm.
have anything in the sewers. We have no directions placed down there. We do not use the sewers to navigate.
No, of course not. That would be surreptitious. Would be untoward.
But
We'd
Clover
have a
didn't.
recuse.
Clover is going to take out her notebook and in Thieves' Cant on a piece of paper, she's gonna write down, "I see right through that mask," and then just slide it in front of him, and then look away, very scared. And then she's kind of gonna start crying inside a little bit, try not to cry outside.
Very well.
Is it possible that you can be of any assistance in our investigation to figure out what is happening?
Well, why don't you ask yourselves where these creatures have been coming from? Because while the ettercap has been a creature we have acquired, the other ones that have been popping up in the city are not ones we have acquired. And if someone is releasing these and attempting to tie it to the spell right, maybe there's a question you should ask yourselves there.
How do you know this information?
How do I know that there are monsters appearing in the city?
No. How do you know that? How do you know of the Spellwright's business with other dealings with other monsters, but you don't know who he's getting them from? Or do you? You're just not telling.
He has only acquired monsters from us.
So the hook horror, that was you as well?
Correct.
Mm-hmm. How do you even go about catching something like that?
we have a network of highly trained individuals.
We have our ways. I know a guy. Yeah, okay. Do you know what other kinds of monsters were released into the city?
Well, I've heard there's been all sorts of things from displacer beasts to harpies to owlbears, dire wolves.
Beasts.
With the exception of the dire wolf. Oh, and the owlbear. I think the prevailing uh, the prevailing characteristic has been typically the more ruthless creatures. Harpies and displacers have a particular penchant for bloodletting.
Where does somebody get those creatures?
Various places. The mountains just to the north are a good place for harpies. The woods to the west, you can find displacer beasts.
Yeah, there was a couple of those that we ran into as a tribe before I came to the city. Wolves and displacer beasts. Owlbears we typically steered away from, but
What do you think of Wendy?
The pink-haired one.
Yeah.
yeah, the one with the nails.
She is a interesting person.
Wondering.
Do you have a problem that this guy is just killing and beating up the creatures that you get?
What he does with his property is his own prerogative.
Property.
He paid for him.
Did you?
Has he?
Did I pay for the creatures? I mean, I had to pay the people to catch them.
So they were free creatures, and then you were handed money to change that so that they could become property for this guy.
The torture.
For torture. Man, am I glad Tristan ain't here for this.
Do you have future shipments already planned for the spell, right?
Yes, I do. We have a shipment ready for him to leave this evening.
Yeah, I should let you know you should not have to deliver that, actually. He has said he is not doing any more experimentation, so if you could... you already got paid, correct?
You do get paid in advance, correct?
A portion of it, yes.
Oh, fantastic.
Right.
You should let him know, since he's ceased any... how do you say, experimentations. He shouldn't be receiving that shipment until full payment, obviously.
What my dealings are with
But
him,
if you could...
I will deal with him with.
All
Fair
right,
enough.
but when he tells you that he told us to tell you, like,
Well, then
I
I'll
reckon-
simply bring it back.
Bring it
see
back
that you
where?
do.
To find another buyer for it.
Oh, where'd you get it from? What is the shipment for tonight?
Roll a persuasion check.
Somebody help me with this. This is not my strong suit.
I'll help.
I have a decent persuasion.
Whispers helping? Finnick?
Sure.
Yeah.
So, do I roll 2 or just he gets advantage?
However you guys want to work it, if you want to each roll one or have one of you roll at advantage.
I got a 13 plus 2 is 15, so you roll as well.
got an 11.
15. Okay. Well, we were able to procure a creature from an island in the south that we've had transported up here, and it finally arrived. Pretty excited about it. It's, I believe they call it a clawfoot. Very interesting creature.
Let me guess. Claw feet.
Yes, it has one large
Yeah.
talon on its feet.
These names are very creative.
I mean, not for nothing. I'm a half orc. It's about as creative as it gets. Like,
So is the class just like creature hunters?
No, we do a lot of things. We have a lot of business and a lot of different genres.
So are you like a club?
You could call us that.
How do you join the club?
You don't. You're invited.
Well, that's not a... Oh. Oh, so it's like a fancy club.
Very fancy. What were you gonna say?
so
Clover?
Oh,
gonna say
I
something?
was. No, I was interested in what Whisper said. I wanted to know how to join the class too.
Sorry, I thought you had something to say. Yes.
stand that among your other genres, avenues, departments, dealings. I understand you help get supplies and food for the poor people of the city.
Mm-hmm.
It's very charitable.
Well, we are concerned about the people.
Why?
Why not? There's people that needed help, and we were happy to answer the call.
You were so concerned about the people, then why don't you want to help us keep the monsters from killing them? Like, you'd think you'd help us more and give us all of the information you know so that we can stop this from happening and more people dying. I think that's a little bit more important than food, although food is very important. But also not dying is important too.
Yes, you are not wrong about that, but we aren't able to do everything all at once.
You know of any enemies against the sanct this the spell right, sorry. Do you know of any enemies against the spell right?
Well, I'm
Who
sure they
would
have
want to hurt
enemies.
them? Yeah, but like, do you know of any? Like if you could name someone who might be out to get them, who would that person be? Or that organization? Who's the clasp's enemy?
The clasp has many enemies. As far as the spell rights in the league, I understand that the Council of Whitestone has a bit of issue with them. As far as enemies, though, I hardly think that this is something that they would engage in.
Do you know of anyone who would want to hurt the people? Like, who would want to let monsters loose on the town?
Well, there's plenty of people that will find opportunity in tragedy.
Like Mr. Salcom.
Why does the clasp have so many enemies?
Well, people like to hate people who make money.
I don't think that's entirely accurate.
Well, when you make money certain ways, tends to draw ire
I think that would be the key. There is the way in which you make the money, not the money that you make.
Each their own, I suppose.
Well, we keep coming back to money. So, how about this? Throughout this process, you help us out, and then maybe in the future, we can help you out and make it easier for you to get money. Why don't we work together to figure this out in the best interests of each other?
So how would you like to help me out?
Well, if there's any time that you need information, maybe we'll have that for you.
Well, how about you tell me where you saw this marking that led to a clasp location in the sewers?
Fair. We'll absolutely do that, except also I'm scared of you. I don't want to go down there with all of your goonies because I think they're going to kill me.
Well, just tell me where it is then.
Okay, I'm not like very familiar with this area. Wait, okay, how do I know that you're going to give me the information I want if I give you the information you want?
What information do you want? Ask me your question specifically.
Okay, Gormrod, take it from here.
What my adept negotiator is attempting to ask you is if we can keep an open relationship, one of constant discourse, one of communication and honesty, which seems to be difficult as we are openly trying to communicate everything we have and everything we need, and you're being evasive and dodgy and sketchy and all the other
Hardly
words that
call
mean
me
the same.
evasive or dodgy. I've been quite honest at this juncture.
How
You
about we sweeten?
provided the ettercap, and that was the end of our involvement with that creature. Do you recall saying that, sir?
Yes.
And was that completely open and honest and communicative, or was that evasive from releasing information that you weren't so ready to release? I opened the conversation by sitting down and sharing everything we had, even with a room full of your goons standing up and staring at us. We've been discussing what we need, and you've provided half-truths, half-answers, and, quite frankly, half-assed interest. We have information suddenly that's valuable to you, and you want to give us just a answer?
How
I think it's a little more valuable than
much
that.
would you like?
We want open communication and a standing relationship.
I think we can be
Well,
friends.
A friendship,
Friends?
a partnership, an agreement, a deal, a contract, a...
Clover's gonna reach into her backpack and pull out another dandelion friendship bracelet. Slide it across the table.
Just watches it slid across the table in front of him.
She's actually really good at making these things. They're pretty fantastic.
I mean, the craftsmanship does look quite nice, but regardless of the point. Well, how about this? Show me or tell me where you saw this marking. And if it proves true, we can discuss things further from there.
Is that okay with you guys?
I think that's...
I can't hear you,
a fair...
I see your lips moving, but I can't hear you. Felix.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah.
Could we request it would save you gold? You spoke of having to hire men anyways to transport these creatures. How about we save you a little bit of gold and you dispatch a few of those men and we deliver this next shipment for you. You could obviously have somebody with you to pick up the gold, but to show trust and show that we are capable, and it would also help further our investigation and make sure this creature does not get loose yet again.
With all due respect, the transporting of these creatures is an issue that we want to be handled with delicately, and as you are 6 people we've never met before,
There's
5 people.
5.
We
Can
got
we be
another one.
He's with us in spirit. So yes,
I think we'll handle the transportation of this creature, especially since you just told us that he wasn't interested in this next creature.
well, that's why we figured we'd help as well.
Mm.
Send somebody, get your money and gold.
Well, I think we'll just handle it.
So in lieu of getting us involved in transportation, I'd like to open up discussions. One, about the monsters, their delivery, and their release. And 2, when we show you where this information is, and when you investigate it and follow the lead, we'd like to know what you find there.
Well, how about you take one of my associates there now, show them this marking, they will investigate it. You're all
We were
welcome
just
to
gonna
join
tell
them.
you.
Well, if you're concerned with what's located there,
Mhm.
why bother adding steps when we could just handle this now? And if there is truly a mark down there, then we can discuss the trust being built between us.
I think that's a fair agreement.
So when she found it, Clover had jotted down the exact marking, like a drawing in her notebook. So she's gonna like rip that out and show it to him, so maybe he can at least identify that it does look like a real marking.
Okay. As you pass it to him, he looks at it, and you can sense the anger almost coming off of him as he sees this, and like there is definitely a marking there of it's pretty, like, in Thieves' Cant, it's pretty basic. It says the clasp this way. It's very on the nose.
With an arrow, yeah.
Right. So you as he looks at it, you can feel the anger and frustration kind of build up in him.
Okay, well,
I'm wrong.
I would just love to find out who is at the end of this line.
no, I bet. I wonder if we're looking for the same person.
Well,
Possibly.
would you like us to take care of it for you?
Well, if you find out where this goes, show my man the end of this line, then a modicum of trust and respect will have been made by you, and you'll see. Maybe we have business together in the future.
Could we get
Then-
an invite to the club?
No.
Why not?
It takes more than one thing to get an invite to this club, sweetheart.
How many things?
Enough things. Let's just put it that way.
I was really hoping you were gonna say number, like 3. 3 things.
They're super fancy club.
Gotta prove it.
So, since we're doing legwork now too, got to make it interesting. We show you, man, where this marking is. We follow the lead. We investigate what's there. We deal with it to the best of our ability in your best interest. And then when we come back with the information in the dealt with situation, maybe a handful of gold for each of us. For example, how much would you pay that guy if he did this for you?
Him? I'd
Yeah,
pay him
that one.
nothing.
What was
That's
that?
a raw deal.
This is something he will do for me as a show of loyalty and respect.
He's in the
Buddy,
club.
how are you paying your bills?
How did you show him loyal? How did he earn this loyalty and respect from you? You probably paid him in the past, right? You showed him that you can take care of him and keep him safe.
He earns money, but this he would do because I asked him.
This is earning protection. This is saving you problems, helping
You
your
are asking.
clean.
Just
Okay,
so
but
we're
you
clear,
can't do
you're
it
asking
without
me to
us.
pay you to earn my respect. That's what you're
No.
asking.
No, we're asking you to pay us to do your dirty work.
As I've said, I can just send my people there if you prefer.
Can you? How?
We will scour the sewers if need be. You ask for an opportunity to prove yourselves, to work together,
Yeah.
and I'm willing to provide that opportunity with information you have provided me.
Yeah, so let's start off with us not doing your dirty work. We'll just do the original plan. You help us. You give us information when we need it, and we'll show you where the writing on the wall was.
Very well.
If everyone is okay with that, because I feel like
I think that's fair.
Everyone. We don't really need another adventure right now, right?
We do have to go back to the sanctum and investigate.
It's true.
So, may I see that piece of paper that Clovis slid over to you? From our location here, you go this way, so many blocks. This way, so many blocks. You go into this alleyway between this building and that building, and then you go into the sewer at that grate. From there, Clopa, would you mind showing him where exactly you found that?
Yeah. Well, make a right, and then like if you see burning, like a whole place burnt down to the ground, you've gone a little bit too far.
Okay.
Yeah, we took care of the spiders.
Gotcha.
The way one does.
So, did you want to handle this now? Or do you want to just give me am I just taking this now?
It's your information. Do with it as you see fit.
Those are the directions.
Open and honest communication.
Very well. If this turns out to be useful, then we will be seeing from each other.
And you
How?
didn't have to pay him in order to investigate. So at no loss to you except the time it took to come here and talk.
You're welcome for the tip.
Well, thank you.
And how will we know the result?
The result of this?
Yeah, because you said we'd be in touch.
Yes. Someone will be here to tell you how it went.
Someone or you?
We'll see. It may be busy.
Out of respect to this business owner here, could you please not do this again?
Bring them all this business?
I wouldn't say that. And he looks around. How many local patrons are actually in the the place?
None.
Yeah. See, this place is a safe haven. This place is not necessarily meant to produce money. This place is meant to make people feel safe. And no offense, you have completely scurried away the people who are meant to feel safe. So how about we meet in a more, I don't know, private location?
I'll have someone bring you to a place where you can meet me.
Thank you. That's all. That's all I ask, at least, and it leaves these fine folk out of this personal affair.
Are we in agreement?
I think that sounds just dandy.
I have one more question.
Go ahead.
How much do you get paid for the beast?
Depending on the size and the rarity, anywhere from 250 gold to 5,000.
It's a lot of gold.
Nearly enough to imprison a life.
It's a lot of bacon.
Okay, he stands up. Well, I'm sure we'll be seeing from each other.
Wait,
Look forward to it.
don't forget your friendship bracelet.
Takes it. Very well. Starts to exit.
What does everyone else do?
As he exits, they all like start exiting, filing out behind him. As each
Tip
he
your
passes each
waiters.
table, they all leave.
Your waiters.
Oh, there's like more gold sitting on tables now than probably what this place makes in a month.
The Dr. Felix. Thank you.
Oh yeah. 4. I didn't ruin the table. You're welcome. Yes, I did a good
No,
job.
for negotiating that they leave this place alone. That means a lot
Oh.
to me. Thank you.
That's why I brought Clover here, for her to feel safe. I would not want to tarnish that.
Heartwarming moment.
And you, Miss Clover. Damn good negotiating. That was terrifying. How did you stand up to him? I was shaking in my boots the whole time.
Well, I guess I started off being scared of him because he looked like a giant ogre, but then I realized that it was just a mask, and maybe he's just as scared as the rest of us and hiding from something. Or maybe that's really naive of me, and I'm just an idiot.
I mean, Whisper is made of stone. She can stand up to anything. She's killed ogres before. Can't imagine that another one would be an intimidating presence, but I was shaking the whole time. We're dealing with some intense people.
Yeah, this was a lot more than I had planned when I left home. But I'm having a great time.
I never got the dwarf guy's name.
Dwarf guy?
Yeah, the one who was staring at us that I walked over to.
Oh. Yeah, that guy. It's all right. You're not missing much.
I'm sure you'll see him around.
Oh, maybe one day we'll get invited to that club and he'll introduce us to everyone.
Honey, I don't think it's that kind of club.
He said they weren't criminals. So somebody's lying.
That doesn't mean
Yeah.
we're good guys, though.
It's true. Criminals means you got caught, right?
Criminals means you did a crime.
But you got caught.
Whether or not you got caught.
No, because I don't think you get labeled a criminal if you don't get caught.
Well, it's not a crime unless you get caught, right?
That's what I'm saying.
No, that is not. Oh.
When are we going back?
I didn't go to
the
law
site, though?
school, so I would.
We have an open invitation, Finnick. We can go back whenever we're ready. I hope you don't mind. I think I need some time. Just an hour or so just before we go. That was a lot.
Do you want to go lay in the grass? Or not?
Yeah. I think some fresh air would do me some good. No, yeah, you have a
Okay.
solid point.
Yeah,
Do you
you
guys-
do that. Yeah.
Do you guys want to go outside? Just have some downtime. Like, not be overwhelmed by these intense people that we're investigating. And
I'm gonna head back up to my room for that hour. I just need to think a few things over.
Do you want company?
I think I'll be okay. Thank you, though.
Okay. Do
We'll
you have
be
a
right
favorite
outside.
kind of flower?
I've never really thought about it, I guess.
Okay, I'll just get a bunch. Okay. Well, I hope you get some rest.
Thanks. I'm just gonna stand up and go upstairs.
Okay. What's the rest of you all doing?
gonna
Grimrock,
take the
how
night
much for the
to-
bacon? I had 3 plates.
You had 3 plates. How did you fit all that inside of you?
I'm hungry.
That's a
All
lot
the
of. You
time.
still hungry?
No, I'm good.
Do you know about jerky?
No.
Hang on, let me introduce you to something delightful, my friend. I will be outside in a moment. I just need to run to the kitchen.
How much do I owe?
I'm already gone in the kitchen. And I come back with
As you
packages
enter into
for
the kitchen-
everybody.
Hold on,
Yeah.
Gormrug. As you enter into
Uh-oh.
the kitchen, you see Marie Lynn standing there, arms crossed as you enter in, just staring at you. What is going on, Gormrug?
In terms of,
Why is the clasp taking over my inn to talk to you?
because they're threatening me with my life and the lives of my friends. Because I am investigating something that they are involved in. I did not want them here. We were supposed to meet at the Jumping Jackal over in the Scholar Ward. This was not supposed to be here. I did not have control over that. We negotiated that it will never happen again.
First, the guards are here. You're bringing bodies to my location. Now I have clasp to deal with.
It won't happen again. You know I would never do anything to intentionally hurt you.
Gormrug, you are playing with very dangerous people now.
I know. Are you hurt?
Of course not.
Is Miss Roslyn hurt?
No.
Stir, Fry, Seamus, Danny, anybody?
They're all fine. And some of them made some pretty good money from this. But this is not the sort of thing I want happening here, Gormrug.
Won't happen again.
See to that.
Yes, ma'am. What do we owe you for the bacon?
Nothing.
Thank you.
As the tension begins to diminish, the Danny, Stir and Fry, Seamus all begin to like step out of the corners they were all kind of like tucked into and begin cleaning up the plates and stuff from everyone that was seated.
A whole lot of good you were. Where were you when she was grilling me? That was more intense than the other guy.
So, does anyone want to do
Jerky.
anything in the interim?
I'm grabbing packages of jerky from all my friends, except Clover. I'm gonna get her a bundle of carrots, and I'm gonna bring them back out. I'm gonna be like, all right, Whisper, check this out. So I got you 2 packages because you said you're always hungry. One for now, one for later. This is meat that you can take with you on the road. It's salted, so be wary of the salt. Check this out. So this one's lamb. It's a little tough, but you got lamb, you got beef, you got I think that one's goat, to be honest. Never had it, but they're all prepared in a way that they last longer instead of going bad, and you can take them with you.
I like it. Thank you, Gormak.
It's travel bacon.
I like it.
Happy to provide you with something you like. And
How much
for
do
you,
I owe?
nothing. For you, Felix, some jerky for you. Carrots for you, Miss Clover. Jerky for me. A package for Tristan if he ever shows up. Package for Finnick when she comes back down. Shall we take a walk about the garden?
But
Yeah.
yes, but first, I understand why Whisper might be eating it, but why are you handing me leather?
It's jerky. It's food.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Food. It's what I've had. Okay. Yes. And I slip it over to Whisper. There you go, Whisper.
I take it.
It's delicious. Mm.
Okay. So, what's the plan, everyone?
Right now, Clover is just gonna go find a big tree surrounded by the lushest grass that she can see, and she's just gonna go and fall back into it and start making like grass angels.
Okay. As you exit outside, it is starting to mist a little bit now, as the weather is starting to darken throughout the day. But I mean, it's
Oh,
not.
good, we got out now.
It's not to the point where you would be uncomfortable having grown up on a farm. You're used to working outside in all types of weather. But you're able to find a spot in the back amongst the small, like, backyard garden that Marilyn's has. You hear the faint sound of buzzing from the hive that they keep. And it kind of reminds you of home for the briefest of moments.
As we walk, I'm gonna. Hey, Felix.
Is this in the hour
Mhm.
interim? Okay.
Yeah, as we walk around the garden, just kind of de-stressing from everything that's been going on. I owe you an apology.
Of four?
I've been giving you a hard time. I haven't been as kind to you as I have been the others. I kind of boss you around more than the others, and that's not fair to you. It's not who I want to be. I know I'm rough around the edges. It's something I'm learning to let go of. It's something that I'm not good at yet. But You deserve kindness. You deserve to be treated with respect, and I haven't been. And for that, I owe you an apology. So I am truly sorry for that.
There's no apology needed. I personally don't deserve any of that. I have yet to figure out much, and I feel I put Clover in some dangerous situations by just hinting I could answer questions. Can I be honest with you? Hold on.
Always.
I look around. Is Clover around me?
Where
You
did you
kinda-
go for a walk?
I would try to whisper a little bit. Anyways, I feel I promised to answer questions she has that I have yet to even understand myself. I'm scared, Gormrock. I don't want the futures that I see to happen. At times things are not happy or good, and I shift it, right? And it's better, but what if that can't always happen?
Sometimes bad things happen.
Yes.
Sometimes we can't stop them from happening. And when that happens, not if, when, we do our best to make it right.
What if we
In
don't have
that
enough time,
case,
Gormrock?
then you make do with what you got.
Yes.
In our case, you and me. I was rude. I was disrespectful. I was short with you. I was bossy. I was not kind. That happened. Nothing we can do about the past.
No.
But I can apologize, and I can come to you and I can say, I acknowledge this thing that shouldn't have happened has happened. And I come to you with an apology and a willingness to make it right.
I accept it, even though I don't feel it's necessary.
You're missing the
Okay.
point.
Yes.
Picture that on a grander scale. When bad things happen, and they will happen, you work to make it right. You apologize to those you may have hurt. You try to help people as much as you can. But in the end, you can't stop all the problems from ever happening. And for what it's worth, you and I are in this together. So we will both look out for her. We will both look out for each other. Look out for Tristan and Finnick and Whisper. And we'll do the best we can. But we're playing with some dangerous people. So
Yes. What is to come, we do not know, but on a less serious note, could you look at something for me?
What?
I've been scared to look at it for a while, actually, and with this little bit of honesty, I feel... And he pulls up his shirt, and he turns to you, and you see a number on his back, and only in a number that you... Primordial. Only you and I believe, can read this. I've looked through it, through mirrors and my familiar, but I have yet to understand. All I ask is, can you tell me the number? Gormog, just tell me the number you see, please.
I am proficient in Primordial. What is it that I see?
You see, as you look at it, it's a large, intricate design. Let me actually bring up what you have written, Felix. I want to make sure I get this right. Unlike some people's backstories, I was fucking up in the middle of.
Flexible.
Right. Is there anything specific on there? I forget.
The only thing I really placed on there is started off with the repetitive number 777. But past that, how it's changed would be up to you.
So, as you look at it, it's the design, like it's this very large, intricate weaving of symbols that you recognize to be primordial. and just individually, it doesn't really seem to say much, but down his spine you see 777 and then 5092.
I'll be completely honest about all of that. The 777s, the 5092. Is this a tattoo?
No, it's something that has been there. If I'm ever not who I appear to be, Glowrug, do me a favor. Just make sure I don't hurt anybody.
I'll do my best.
But maybe. Well, can we go back to Clover though? I'm getting a little. I feel uncomfortable. I don't. Clover. Hi. I did something. I showed him the number. I showed him the number, Clover.
At this point, they've gone on their walk. I would have hoped to have convinced Whisper to make grass angels with me. And I'm hoping if she said yes, that we're both just covered in mud right now. Cool. Okay, cool. Clover's gonna pop up. What? You showed Gormrog?
Yes. We had a slight intimate moment. I feel a little bit blush about it, but what are you doing right now?
Wait a minute. He took off his shirt. It was not an intimate moment like that. We didn't. It wasn't like that. It was. He was showing me his back tattoo. That's
Hey,
it.
man, no judgment. We've all seen Felix's back tattoo. It's okay.
I haven't seen Felix's back tattoo.
Oh, I don't. It's there's mud on the ground that you're all doing a tattoo. What tattoo? Anyways, that's a beautiful angel, Clover.
Thanks. It got a little misty, so I thought.
Okay. What is Finnick doing during all of this?
As I just go back up to my room, I'm trying to journal and process everything that he was saying, as well as trying to write down and recall the nightmare as well. And just sort of muttering to myself in a way where I'm just like, I'm in a better space now. I don't need to be as scared or nervous or on edge. And after I've started sort of as I finish up writing everything down, just sort of wrap the notebook back up, put it in a little bag, and I will start to head back downstairs.
Okay. As you're kind of recalling the nightmare and all of the conversation that's taken place, go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Yay!
Sigh of relief.
It's like 12. You're supposed to go lower. Ha! Okay.
So, you make your way downstairs, feeling a little bit better than when you went up, and eventually find the rest of your party half covered in mud.
I wasn't gone for that long, was I?
Gina play with so much better.
I I'm okay. But
There's really nothing like squeezing mud between your toes.
I've had my fill, believe me.
Okay, well, we'll definitely do this another time.
Okay.
Are you ready to head out?
I am. I just don't know if those two need to get cleaned up or not.
No.
Clover perfected the clean spell, and she is going to prestidigitate the mud off of her body.
All right. As you test out your new magical abilities, you snap a finger and just the mud lifts off your body, moves about a half an inch away, and just falls off.
It's a pretty neat spell, kid.
Thanks. In a book.
Book learning. Good stuff.
Whisper, do you want me to clean you up too?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. I figured you kind of like being all like rough and dirty.
All right. So, what's the plan, team?
Back to the Spellwright Sanctum.
To the sanctum.
Dun dun
Okay.
dun.
All right. As you all begin to make your way up to the Scholar Ward, all break. First off, I want to thank the anonymous gifter gifting out 5 tier 1 subs. I don't know who it was, but thank you so
Wait,
much.
what?
That's awesome.
Whoa!
That's
missed
really helping
something.
us. Yeah, that's really helping us, build this community and, try and
Thank
bring
you
this
very
message to
much.
as many people. So we really appreciate that so much.
Aw.
That being said, I will remind everyone we're doing a giveaway for the Nag Pride shirt. That's going to be gifted away to a subscriber at the end of the episode today. So
Well, no,
That's
there's
it on
5 more
that.
entries.
now there's 5 more entries. So I will show that. That being said, if anyone think of anything, am I missing anything? Or are we gonna go to break?
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Are
Going to
they
break,
getting
guys.
into
We'll be
the?
back.
Sorry, how are they getting into the contest? Just by being a subscriber?
Just
Yep.
be a subscriber.
Oh yeah! All right, I'm a subscriber too.
I will message
Yeah,
you.
Amazon Prime.
right? I want that shirt.
Alrighty. Be right back, everyone.
I'm Jacqueline Wilmot, Director of Volunteer and Community Engagement at the Phoenix. We're on a mission to help as many people as we can.
I'm blown away, honestly, by the impact our volunteers are having across the country. The Phoenix is yoga, it's art, it's hiking, it's music. So there's a lot of really exciting things happening at the Phoenix.
Now, because of our virtual volunteer platform, we can take Phoenix anywhere. All they have to do is pick up that volunteer flag, and it's started.
The people, they tend to come to the Phoenix because they get something out of it, There's something genuine about that. And then, along the way, they realize I can give back. What's so unique about volunteering with the Phoenix is that you can just come as you are, and we will give you the tools and the training to be successful.
I became a volunteer with the Phoenix so that I could give back, even if it's just a little bit of what they've given me. One of my most favorite things about volunteering is meeting people, connecting. I've made friends that I will have for a lifetime. So it's been a dream of mine to be able to bring fitness or physical activities to the sober community here in Long Beach. And so to hear that the Phoenix was already here and doing that was super exciting for me.
My service to others has been played a major role in my personal recovery. So I like that the Phoenix lets me combine an activity and some service. I also really like riding my bike, so hand in hand they go together.
I love the Phoenix. I don't know. It's just the classes have really helped me come out of my shell a little bit. I have my confidence back, which I didn't have even though I got clean from drugs and alcohol. I feel like my life is taking off, and everybody at the Phoenix is helping me do that.
Once Phoenix has helped you rise from the ashes, there's this sort of natural response where you want to do that for other people. And the beauty of that is as soon as they find that strength and fortitude in their recovery, they're reaching back for the next person. And if we did that across the country, imagine how many lives could be touched.
So join us in this movement. Whether you are in recovery or an ally, you have something special to offer. Whether you are looking to lead events or support events, you already have everything you need to bring the Phoenix alive in your community. Get started today. We can't wait to make a difference alongside you.
welcome back. So, picking up where we left off, we'll just say, as you all have made your way through the various roads and inways to the Scholar Ward, you find yourselves once more in front of the Spellwright Sanctum. So, you guys just gonna walk in, or
We'll walk through the front door, yeah.
sure? All right, as
Don't know what
You-
else we're supposed to do.
fair enough, fair enough.
We'll break some windows again.
I'm prepared.
As you make your way in through the front doors, you see not Wendy behind the circular desk in the front. You see
Oh.
a elven man, long, straight auburn hair, shaved on the left side, and he's got these like dark black eyes, soft, almost pink skin. He stands only about 5'1", and he's pretty skinny. It's like
Small.
oblong, almost attractive face. But as you enter in, he looks up to you. Can I help you with something?
Yeah, we're here to investigate.
Investigate. You must be the group that the Spellwright told us about. Hold on one moment. I will get your guide, as it were.
Who's our guide?
Hold on one moment, please. Mirabelle, the team is here.
What's your name?
My name is Edinwell Falaval.
You sure
That's
about
a
that?
mouthful. Who's Wendy?
She is the one who will be. Oh, Wendy. I'm sorry, I missed this. Wendy is taking a lunch break at the moment, if it were.
Oh, good. I'm glad I don't have to see her right now.
She can be a bit intense, can't she?
Yeah, do you have those fingernails too, or is that just her?
He just holds up his hand. No fingernails on me.
Yeah, it's so weird.
We all have our things, I suppose.
It's yours.
What's wrong?
What's mine? I don't know. Does anyone really know what their thing is? Just kind of the thing.
Yeah.
I feel like
What's
other
that?
people know your thing more than you know your thing.
Right, exactly. Like I don't know what my thing is. But I'm sure
I'm-
if you ask
I'm-
someone who knows me, they would know what my thing is.
I'm very well versed in what my thing is.
What is your thing, sir?
Martial, physicality, book learning, cooking.
He's an artist.
Wow.
Hardly.
I thought we were talking about another thing for a second. I'm glad we clarified that. Whew.
Yeah, keep your shirt on, Felix.
I'm sorry.
This is quite the party.
Always when
usually
we're
is.
around.
Very well.
So you were
as-
saying your thing is
again, you'd have to ask my friends, as it were. I'm not quite sure what my thing would be.
all right. When Miss Mirabelle gets here, we'll ask her.
Is Miss Mirabelle your friend?
We are associates. I don't know if we'd necessarily be called friends.
So who is your friend?
I don't know. I have friends. You're asking so many questions about
Is
it.
it Wendy?
Is Wendy your friend?
No.
Is Wendy more than a friend?
No, Wendy is certainly not more than a friend.
Has
Wendy's
Wendy ever
horrible.
scratched you?
Has she scratched me?
Yeah.
I think she kind of scratches everyone, but
What a weirdo.
she's quite strange. But she is pretty powerful in the arcane arts, so
So,
Are you powerful?
of course.
Ooh, it's interesting.
Me too.
In the
Maybe
arcade.
that's your thing.
Perhaps. What kind of art are you into?
Me?
Yes, dear.
I'm very tough.
Well, you said you are very strong in the arcane arts, so what kind of art do you perform?
A little things here and there.
Oh, okay.
I can't reveal all my secrets up front.
Fair
I'm a
enough.
very mysterious person.
Interesting.
It has the magic of making throats disappear.
Okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Interesting. Anyway, as you guys have this conversation, a woman makes her way out from one of the side doors, one of the doors on where you're standing on the left-hand side. Walking over, wearing a very similar garb to Endowell, and Wendy, as it were. They there's like purplish robes, the symbol of the league emblazoned on the shoulder. She is human, a bit older, about 50 years old, just judging by the look of her. Long, straight, blonde hair that's kind of graying a bit in a few spots. Brown eyes. Her face is kind of a bit rough and pockmarked, but she is like a dark golden brown skin. She stands about 5'11" and is pretty well built. This really square, unremarkable face, and you notice her right hand kind of has a slight tick to it. You see it; her fingers twitch every little bit. Good morning. Good afternoon. My name is Mirabelle. I will be escorting you at the Spellwright's request. What can...
Thank you very much.
I don't believe I have the pleasure of making all of yours acquaintance.
Really?
Hey, Mirabelle. I'm
I
Whisper.
thought we met.
Hello, Whisper.
Maybe I just heard about you.
Oh, I don't believe we've met before.
I probably just heard about you.
Uh,
All good things. All good things.
I'm sure. What is your name?
Felix, as this would be.
I'm Clover.
Clover, it's a pleasure.
Gormrog.
Gormrog.
Finnick.
You, sir? Finnick? Pleasure.
Felix, I'm sorry.
Felix.
Yes, Felix.
Yes, of course. So, where would you like to start?
I guess the beginning.
Okay, the beginning of what?
I don't know. The beginning is usually a very good place to start.
Okay.
I do have a thought. When these deliveries arrive, where do they come in?
They are brought in through a side entrance that we have here that leads down to the sub-level.
Sounds like the beginning to me.
Very well. Would you like to start outside or inside?
Some of us inside, some of us out, or
I think we should stick together.
Outside.
Okay, very well. Please, after you. As you all exit, from this point you make the right, and she leads you around the property. Eventually, you come across a ramp that the ground sinks down to the side of the fortress, essentially, and there is a set of large metal doors there.
How many entrances and exits are there?
In total, known or public, publicly visible exits and entrances, I believe there are 4.
Including this one?
Yes.
Is this the only one you ever get the monsters transported into?
Well, this is the largest set of doors, so they are typically brought in through here.
Are they ever brought in through any other door?
Not that I'm aware of.
And are the not-so-public doors ever used by anyone other than Mr. Salgam or yourself?
I will be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure.
Okay,
If
how many
someone were
doors
to
are there?
know about those, I don't even know about all of any sort of secret entrances to the estate. So that is not information I'm able to share with you, unfortunately.
What do you do here?
Well, I assist the Spellwright in his endeavors. I study here, I learn here, and I help manage some of the day-to-day activities.
Have you ever had any altercations or any issues with these monsters coming in and out during
No, we
your
have,
time here?
besides the one creature that has escaped, we have had no other instances of creatures escaping or causing any disturbances on the property.
Were you here that night by chance?
Most of us remain on property in the evening, so yes, I would have been here.
Was there anything abnormal, like when it comes to who was posted or who normally would be working? Was there seemed to be like a change of schedule of any kind?
Not that I would be aware of. The estimated time was around between 1 and 3 in the morning, from what I understand, is about when we estimated that the opportunity had been in place. But we don't necessarily station a guard in front of the containment room for the creatures, so that would have been a window when the roaming security, if you would have last passed through that area and noticed the creature not being there.
Is there a back entrance to the containment room?
The containment room?
Or like in that general area? Would there be a back entrance?
This would be the most direct access to the room.
I find it interesting that something would happen so close to the supply room and not have Hystix know about it.
In what way do you mean?
I mean, isn't he usually on the other side of that door? In his workshop?
I mean, he does have to rest from time to time.
Doesn't seem like it. Seems like a man who burns the candle at both ends. But,
Who has keys and access to these doors? As in, like, is there a master key or is each door individual?
So, most of the doors, if they are locked, then they are locked by magical means. There's no actual, as you can see, and looking at the door, you don't see a keyhole or anything like that. So, these doors, if they are...
cuffs.
I'm sorry? Yes, like the cuffs. As I've said, these are typically locked by magical means, so they are not easily accessible.
Interesting. Is there a monster on the other side of these doors right now?
Not that I'm aware of. I believe our shipment should be coming in sometime today.
Could you open the door for us?
Sure. She steps up and begins to trace a line across the door, and you see her muttering some sort of words, and the doors begin to part open.
Neat trick. I'd never be able to do that.
I'm sure you would if you put your mind to it.
Nah,
I believe in you, Gormrog.
not magically inclined. I believe I'm capable in many ways. That's not one of them. but I leave that to my friends here. What's on the other side of that door?
Sure. As it opens, it leads to a bit of a hallway. And eventually it comes to another set of doors that would be the room that you've previously been in.
The room where it happened.
No, it would be the large training room, and then that would go to that room.
Oh, the danger room.
Yes.
Is there any like writing on the walls or signs or anything?
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
15.
15. Okay. Looking at the walls, there is no writing per se. It's pretty bare. You get the sense that this is used pretty much exclusively for bringing any sort of large items into the sub levels.
Mm-hmm. Do we notice any? Sorry. Do we notice any frog-like footprints on the like a hallway floor or ground beyond the door?
Based off that roll, no, you do not.
Based off that roll?
What an interesting way to say that.
What a DM thing to say.
I don't know what you guys are talking
I noticed you had repairs recently. A window was smashed out front. Do you have somebody who does that on a regular basis? One person who does all the repairing? Let's say something else is broken inside your building. A maintenance person would do that, or is anybody able to?
We have several individuals that are capable of that sort of arcane arts to repair some of the larger damages.
Could you make a list of those people for me? Yes, could you make a list of that for me?
I suppose I could have that to you.
That'd be fantastic.
Thank
How
you.
long have you been here?
Me, I've been here for, let's see, approximately 20 years now.
Has the spellwright been here that whole time?
Yes, he came here shortly after the city began to rebuild itself with the League's creation. He was assigned as one of the senior spellwrights to oversee League activities in Western.
How do you join the League?
Well, typically you have to display some arcane proficiency. You are eventually, if your skills match a need we have, you are brought on as one of our mercenary mages, and if you essentially prove yourself invaluable to us, then you could potentially be awarded the rank of spellwright.
So do you help with the creatures?
I help him with the automatons in all aspects.
Who helps him with the management of debts?
Management of debts?
Yeah, he's been around for 20 some odd years helping rebuild the city. I imagine that would... People would owe him favors, owe him money, owe him debts, for lack of a better term, for rebuilding the city as quickly and efficiently as you all have.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the... forgive me, let me check my notes. There was somebody who performed some miracles.
Yes, the Wonder Worker.
The Wonder Worker, that's it. Not sure who they are or what part they play in it.
Well, they are the creator of the League, as it were.
He doesn't seem to show himself too often, but a lot of information in the library is, is there about him.
He's an exceptionally powerful practitioner of the arcane, and yes, he has only shown himself a handful of times, but he communicates with his spellwrights through magical means, and he has instructed them on the creation of their other creatures that they've used to help rebuild.
How many spell rights in a particular location or how do you say post are allowed at a time?
Typically for a city like such as Western, we have anywhere between at any given time we have between 1 and 4 spell rights that house themselves in the city.
Is there ever any controversy in between the spell rights and positioning and who gets to be where?
Yeah, is there any drama?
I mean, there's always drama, dear. That's powerful people, but the current spell right has, as I've said, been here for the last 20 years since he was the first to establish this sanctum here, and he, as such, he has the Grand Thematage's blessing and authority, as it were, to maintain operations, as it were.
Do you like
the
him?
spell right is a little bit displeased.
I'm sorry, what was that, Felix?
No other spell right is displeased about that position that he has, and also, do you like him as I'll whisper here?
He is a powerful individual, and he has positioned himself to maintain that power.
I want to insight check that.
Go ahead, roll an insight check.
That's sketchy as hell.
Yeah, it's very elusive of a way of answering it.
18.
Okay.
Oh.
Based off what she said, there is a tone of respect and almost admiration that she has when speaking about him, and it almost seems defensive in her, the way she's like wording her answers.
She's protecting.
So can we see what's beyond these next doors?
Of course. As she motions and again performs a different set of words and drawings across the door, that one opens as well, leading you into what's been aptly named the danger room, which you were in yesterday.
So do you help in this room?
I mean, I don't think either of us technically help in this room. This is a place where the automatons must prove themselves, essentially.
But do you like run the automatons when they're fighting these creatures?
The automatons.
Like, what's your role in all this?
I help build the automatons.
So do you observe this part?
I do, on occasion.
Do you enjoy it?
I mean, does anyone enjoy creatures losing their lives?
I think that's a valid question. Yeah.
But there's a whole market for gladiatorial combat.
Well,
but
this is certainly not a gladiatorial arena. This is a room which we are essentially trying to save people's lives by having these creatures stress test our creations.
How many lives have you saved by chance with these tests? Or are you in the negatives?
Well, I wouldn't say we're the negatives. Seeing as how our automatons haven't involved themselves in a public matter, but we don't currently have any lives saved, as it were, with the automatons. However, the League obviously has helped save several hundred people through our various
Has anybody lost their life?
In what? In this room?
Yeah.
In regards to the automatons.
Or the creatures.
I mean, the creatures, some have been felled in this room. Yes, of course, as is necessary and the point of these tests, as it were.
I meant in addition to the creatures, but yeah.
No sentient creatures have been placed against the automatons.
I do have a question. What's your opinion on the clasp's involvement in this?
My opinion on it?
Like, how do you feel about the clasp's involvement?
I mean, it's just honestly neither here nor there for me. I'm more concerned with us solving this riddle, as it were, of the perfect automaton that we can mass produce.
And then you said you put them through stress tests. What triggers this test? What tells them to go, essentially?
Well, it's a complex set of programming that we put into these automatons, and not all of it I'm at liberty to share with you. Unfortunately, there is some sort of level of secrecy we have to maintain for our design. Essentially, the the automatons rather, identify the creature as a threat based off the parameters we've given it, and when the creature is released into this room, the automaton is designed to activate and eliminate the threat.
So would the creature have to be hostile in order for the automatons to take care of it? Or
No, essentially, just the mere appearance of the creature is enough to activate the programming based off our current design.
So they
These protocols, perchance, can you have those
kill.
also given to us?
I'm sorry?
Could you give us the list of what these, I guess, how do you say, protocols on how they identify? Could you give us what that is?
No, unfortunately, that would be part of the information that we have to maintain for privacy
So,
reasons.
so the part that you choose who deserves to die and not die is the secretive part?
No, how it identifies the creature based off a list of parameters would be the part that we aren't able to release. Obviously, for any competitors we might
Yeah,
have.
yeah,
Profiling is
yeah.
what they're keeping a secret there.
I'm sorry?
That's the
You-
part that decides whether this creature will die.
Again, these are
Profiling
non-sentient
and prejudice,
creatures.
yeah.
um what about any like humanoid creatures? Like, would there ever be a risk of them, say, attacking one of us?
Well, that is, we haven't moved on to that stage yet of having it differentiate between a monstrous creature as opposed to a sentient humanoid race.
What
That
if
seems dangerous.
Well, of
What if-
course, and it's something we're trying to make sure that we handle very delicately,
I guess you guys should do a better job of making sure they don't escape then.
Yeah,
making sure
Yeah.
we don't escape.
your automatons.
Well, we haven't had any automatons escape.
Well, you
Yes.
had a beast get released
Yes.
somehow. So what's the next step?
There's a difference between a creature and a programmable automaton. You understand, right?
You just told us that the automatons will just attack without even being told to attack, without like being directed. They'll just kill. And you think that's not a problem that somebody broke in here and released one of your beasts and they couldn't do the same to your machine?
I understand what your concern would be. Again, these creatures are designed to, the automatons are designed to attack monstrous creatures. There aren't currently any sort of protocols to attack any of the humanoids style creatures.
Okay.
So, go ahead, Finnick.
I was just gonna say earlier it sounded like you were just against this sort of like senseless killing of these creatures.
Well, unfortunately, there's no easy way for science to progress. So this is the way it must be done for this technology currently.
What keeps them off and what turns them active?
That's information we are not going to be able to release to you at this moment, but needless to say, there is an activation and deactivation process.
How
Do you have
complicated is the process, and who has access to it?
It is only the process is only known to people currently working in this department, and it is rather complicated. Obviously, it's intended to be. Having these being easily able to be turned off would be problematic for their long-term application.
You said that they are not yet programmed to be able to attack humanoid creatures, but are they programmed to differentiate the difference and be able to safely not attack?
Yes, that is correct. They have a broad overview to not attack any of the humanoid style. If it identifies a humanoid style body shape, as it were, it would not label that as a threat.
How
So,
long till these things are done and ready for public?
Well, we're hoping to have them rolled out sometime this year. But I mean, as you can see, that's obviously not necessarily going to be possible.
Why? Because you got broken into?
I mean, it certainly set us back, and now we're having to divert attention and resources to securing our facility.
I just feel like all of you that I've talked to, that we've talked to, have just seemed very unconcerned that you got broken into.
Yeah,
no,
it's very
we're quite
nonchalant.
concerned. We're quite concerned, but obviously, we are improving our defensive measures, as it were, to secure our more sensitive rooms.
This doesn't look good for proving your defensive measures, though. Like, I would be a little bit more concerned.
I mean, this only happened a few days ago at this point.
So
Exactly.
Sorry, can we go back for a second? You said, what did you say? More secure areas, more secretive areas, more sensitive areas, something like that?
Correct.
What other areas do you have?
You know, this is a large facility. We have
Uh-huh.
several avenues of research that
Mhm.
we are doing. So we have several areas that are considered sensitive.
Mr. Salgum said that we have free reign over the entire facility as long as you accompany us.
Correct.
What other facilities do you have, please?
I don't have access to those facilities. And as such, you would not have access to those facilities.
That's not what
I'm
the deal was, it?
right, but I'm
Could you
directly
please
related to
remind
this
him
avenue.
if he does not? We'll wait here if you'd like to. Maybe not in this room. The deal was he would let us investigate, and we would not indulge the public and the locals of your ongoing adventures until you're ready to indulge them.
Mhm.
But if you aren't willing to show us what we need to know, maybe the public needs to know sooner than later.
Again, I'm more than willing to show you all of the avenues that this would have possibly come from. You in seeing some of the other rooms that we have seems like more of a distraction than actually you trying to investigate. It seems like you're just trying to pry information out of what we are studying here.
No, I do want to investigate. So the first thing you can do to help me investigate is give me a list of every single person who was on duty in the building between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. the night that the thing escaped.
Okay, I can get that for you.
Thank you.
Do you have any people who are watching the facility via scrying in addition to your patrols?
The our sensitive uh, laboratories are all protected by anti-scry magic.
About the outside doors?
The outside doors, they would obviously be visible.
But nobody was watching the night of.
The outside doors, I mean, we have guards that patrol the grounds and the inside of the building.
And there was a 2-hour
see
period
anything?
in which they weren't here?
Well, there's 2 hours from when they've checked this room
Mm-hmm.
and saw that the creature had escaped.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get those guards info? I want to talk
Sure.
to the guards.
Because I thought
Absolutely.
we were told that there were no guards in that area that night. 'Cause
Well, they move in and out.
Yeah. Yeah, the story keeps a changing. So, Mirabelle, have you gotten any vibes from anyone lately? Maybe someone is against the automatons. um, uh, maybe someone really wanted to free that particular monster. Like, have you picked up anything from any visitors or anyone working here? Maybe someone working here for a while who has been disagreeing with the spell, right?
No, not anyone that has expressed any downright contempt for the project. Obviously, there are. As far as ethical concerns, obviously, there are a few that have ethical concerns, but never enough to disrupt our operations here, as it were.
So let's recap. Sometime between 1 and 3 a.m., the creature was there and then wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
In that time span, we are expected to believe that somebody snuck into your highly secure facility, unlocked the cage that was locked behind 2 magically sealed doors with different arcane locks, got through the danger room into the cage, unlocked the cage without breaking it, and then dug a hole while in a cage with an ettercap in order to help it escape.
I
Yeah?
believe that was your job to do that investigation, sir.
Just making sure that this is the operating understanding of what happened.
That appears to be how it happened.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
Who all knew the location of the etiquette that night? How many people actually know about where it's put, the place? Because these are secure rooms, so obviously it should only be a handful, right?
Correct. An exact number, I would maybe 10 altogether with the various shifts.
I know we're asking you for a lot of lists, but could you have a list of that as well? I believe we have quite a
these
bit
are
of
the same
information.
lists. I believe that these are
Are
the
they?
same lists. You're
So-
all asked for 3 different lists with the same people on it.
yeah, we've asked for guards, we've asked for employees, and we've asked for maintenance people.
So all staff on duty, yeah.
Okay.
So if there's only 10 people who have the information, maybe that'd be a better list to start with.
Okay.
And what about like visitors too? Do you guys keep a log of who comes in and like what time they come in and then like when they leave?
Yes, that would be located at the front.
Okay. And you
With
guys
Wendy?
have already checked
Yes.
that everyone who came in also signed out.
Correct.
You know, covering all the bases.
Understandable.
Do you have a bathroom here?
Down in this area, no, we do not.
Do
Now-
the employees have to...
I'll go. Now, if we weren't on this case, how would you be investigating this?
Oh, well, how would we be investigating this? Well, Sure, if we were unable to uncover the information ourselves, then we would hire a group of investigators.
And how long would that have taken you?
I don't have exact information. It's whenever the Spellwright felt that he deemed it necessary to involve outside peoples.
I'm going back to this. It does not seem like you guys care that you got broken into.
Again, we are securing the facility to begin with, and then, I mean, we filled in the hole within the first 24 hours of it being there, so.
Yeah, that's
Because they
suspicious.
don't care that they got broken into. They only care that they got caught. They're the criminals. Sorry. As a conversation earlier, you missed it. You had to be there.
You had to be there. Does Wendy still have that book that we had to sign when we walked in?
It's at the front.
Yeah, that's Wendy's desk, or what was his name? Endowell?
It's still currently there, yes.
Would that book still have record from the night this happened?
I believe so.
Will we be able to see that book?
Of course.
I think that's our first list, guys. That we can look at right now.
Yeah, let's go through the building so we can see the whole path going this way, since we already saw it from the outside.
Okay. So, she begins to lead, closing the doors behind her, obviously, and relocking them. She begins to lead you back up through the danger room, into the holding room, back into the workshop room, and then up through, and eventually you go up a set of staircases and are back on the first floor. Yes, ma'am.
Did we pass any other league people on our way?
I would say you pass it like 2 or 3, yeah.
Can I perception check to see how they look at Mirabelle? Like,
Sure,
is it
go ahead
respect or?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check.
14.
As she is kind of leading you all, standing, like, you guys are on one side, and she kind of positions herself middle of the party, to the right of you all, kind of guiding you up. As some of these other mercenary mages kind of pass her, they give her a slight nod of the head, and seem to pay her a fair, decent amount of respect. But you eventually make your way back to the lobby area of the sanctum, and you see the elf man there still. Endinwell. It's a tough name. The book, Endinwell, please, if you will. He lifts it up and places it on the top of the counter.
Would you mind flipping to the day that we had an internal creature become external?
Absolutely. She goes several pages, and it's like each date is marked on the top with the day, month, day, and year. So it's marked pretty accurately. Flips several pages and opens it up. Looking down it, you see about, let's say, 17 entries, mostly of people coming in and exiting. If there was a shipment that day, then, like, it talks about these supplies were dropped off, and etc.
I'm going to take out my notebook and copy everything from that page into my notebook.
Sure.
Thank you, Clover.
Let me just get my page up. Hold on one sec.
Did Lyndon come that day?
What day was this?
To visit with Wendy?
Actually, he might have. Now that I think about it, because that was about the time
The
period.
plot
Right?
thickens.
So that would be, I mean, in the time period.
It's about as thick as water.
All right. You ready for these names?
Are you gonna say them, or
Yeah,
you're gonna send them?
I can say them, whichever you prefer.
Say them.
Go for it.
Both.
Yeah, do both. Do both.
Right.
Say it for the
I'll
people. Send it for the spelling.
All right. I'll send it to you later.
Okay. Yeah.
There is Saryaris Stillwalker.
Oh yeah, you're gonna need to send this because that's spelling.
Yeah.
Adro Nightspark. Paler Dusong.
You gotta go slower. Okay, I missed number 3. What was that?
Paler Dusong.
Got it.
Leo Barros. Drapash.
Yes.
There is just a log entry that is just SG.
Ooh.
Is there anything other than just the names too? Is there a timestamp, a signature, or
Yeah,
anything that says like,
each
what
one's
they're
time
okay?
stamped, and they're in various times throughout the day. Like none of them are sticking out. Like oh, it's exactly 12 o'clock. This person came in, but yeah, there's no one.
There's no reasoning.
I'm sorry.
I guess short little. Like, there's no reason this person came in for a meeting or anything
Yeah,
like that.
it's not like they're logging their appointments, but like if it's the last name I just said. What the fuck did I just say? Leo Barros. It says dropped off delivery of kitchen supply, like kitchen stock.
Okay, it's after
Like
SG.
if there is like they're dropping something, there's a note of it, but if it's just someone coming in for like a meeting, it's just their name. There is there's just the next one would be Malice, and then it has a note under it, dropped off supplies for arcane, like they dropped off arcane supplies. I don't know how the fuck you want to word that. And then there's like the rest of the rest of like the lines in the book. Jesus Christ, my brain's fucking farting on me. Are just
It's a little late. It's a little late.
Are just like checks, like guards performed check, reported all
Okay.
secure.
So looking at these signatures, you said that they had to sign in and then check out. Do I notice if any of the signatures checking in look like a different handwriting than the one checking out by the same person?
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
I'd like to cast guidance as we're doing this, as I try and
Guidance
help
is
along.
a plus D4, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a total of 19.
Okay. We'll say you don't notice a difference between the two signatures, but I will say what the fuck are those The markings towards the bottom of the page kind of seems they start getting very sloppy, like the person was falling asleep at very early in the morning. And they kind of like the handwriting's getting very long, and you can just sense the tiredness of whoever was writing these last entries for the day. And it does end at midnight. The next page over would have lines for that time period when it actually happened.
Does everybody coming in and out have to sign?
Typically, yes, they would.
Weird, because we didn't have to sign.
Well, I met you, so.
No, but like the first time we came in and we like met Wendy and we scheduled the meeting and then we came back for the meeting, like none of those times we signed in.
Oh, you didn't actually. That first initial meeting, you didn't have to sign in because you didn't actually enter into the residence proper. When you came the second time, you would have been entered into the book.
Nope, I don't believe we were.
The person at the desk would have entered you.
So the people who come in don't actually sign in and out. Just the receptionist does.
Correct.
Mind blown. That's no. I thought that you had to sign in yourself and sign out yourself. It's a little bit different if someone else is doing it for you.
For proper handwriting, then we would ensure that it's a standard across board.
I point to the end of the page where it's really bad handwriting.
Unfortunately, we aren't all able to maintain our awareness throughout the evening. It would seem.
And who was at the front desk that night?
That would be. Let me see who had the shift that day.
Please don't be Wendy. Please don't be Wendy.
It's Wendy. No.
I was gonna say, please be Wendy. Easy.
It would be Crassian.
Crassian. And who is Crassian and how long has he worked here?
Crassian's been here about 5 years. Half-elven man who...
With the multiple entrances, how do you have everybody check in?
Someone has to go and unlock those side doors. So it would, if it's a guest, obviously they're not going in through any of these side entrances. Guests only come in through the front.
Do you document every time you receive a monster?
No, we do not.
Convenient. Only document things that you feel are necessary and leave out the other large piece of the pie.
I think what we need to do at this point is review the information we've got. Mirabelle, was it?
Mm-hmm.
We would greatly appreciate a list of those 10 people.
Of course.
Who have access to those magical doors. I think at that point we'll just have to cross-reference our lists once we get them.
Okay.
And then start another round of interviews.
Well, did you want to investigate the tunnel that you had the spellwright re-excavate?
Yes.
Okay. Would you care to go there now?
Yes, why, before we do that, may I ask that everything stay as is? And I smash the window. This must stay broken for the investigation. You see Felix getting kind of stressed, and okay, I'm good. But...
If you're going to be unable to control yourself, then I think our business may have to take a much different turn.
No, I actually want to see who is fixing this. I apologize.
Felix.
Things must...
Is this what you were referred to?
They keep changing things, Gormrog.
You changed it first. By breaking
Uh,
it.
uh,
They're changing it back.
yes, but they're changing it too fast. Yes, you're right. I'm getting confused. That is. It seems every time that something happens, you guys go and mask your steps, I guess. How do we assure that you're not covering something up for us to investigate?
In what way would we be doing that exactly? Considering we are allowing you to review our books, to investigate the space where it's happening. We've reopened the tunnel that leads to something under the city that
Mhm.
essentially the creature disappeared into. So I'm a little concerned about what you're speaking, considering we are being at least as open as we're able to be.
Yes, yes. I guess I refer to the quick cleanup job and the not so quick investigation job of where the monsters went. I demonstrated with the broken window. I figured somebody would come out and fix it rather quickly.
Well, they'll be here momentarily, I'm sure. Um, in the meantime, shall we go?
Yeah. Let's.
Okay,
As we walk out, do you want to ask a question?
go ahead.
So when the class drops off these creatures, does anyone help from the class? Because you're saying this wasn't anyone from inside the League of Miracles. So, but does anyone from the class help you bring the creatures in?
Well, they help us bring them in through the tunnel and get us to the experimentation room, and
So
from
they
there
know
they
the
are
way in.
up to that point. Yes. Obviously, they don't
Okay.
see any of the automatons or anything like that. The cages are put onto the track that is in the experimentation room, and that is where they depart.
Do they see you unlock the doors?
Yes, they would.
Okay.
Very well. So, leads you back down, flash forward, to the as you are brought in, the cage that was sitting there has been moved off to the side. It's still in the room for you to check, but it is moved away, and the opening that had been sealed is exposed and a little bit bigger than what you probably expected. It's big enough for you to actually get your body down there. Gormrog, big enough for you, to say the least. But as you all stand at the mouth of this tunnel, we are probably going to call it there for the night, unless any last things anyone wants to get in. Okay. That is where we are going to call it, folks.
Yay!
A lot of interesting revelations this episode, I feel like.
It's so interesting, guys.
All right.
I'm hoping to see who fixes that window. I didn't for some crazy reason, I promise. Which
So many theories.
So many things. So many.
So many theories.
murder mystery.
It was all of them, but none of them at the same time. So
Jimmy Jim totally
Jimmy
caught me
Jim,
off
that
guard.
made me and Dom break so hard. I hope you realize that. Dom was damn near in tears.
Can someone throw out some suggestions for us who are going to raid tonight?
Oh.
Oh yeah, who are we taking everybody with us to go see from here?
Are there any smaller D&D channels that we could?
I'm trying to find out who's going to win the shirt, so if you guys can find me a channel, I would appreciate it.
No one I follow is on right now.
Damn.
Yeah, me either. Um,
I'll just type in D&D and see what comes up.
Twitch doesn't want to load for me. So
There's a couple games going on with only 20 and 41 viewers.
Found one with 8 viewers.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we could pick any of them. They all look
Yeah.
interesting.
Just click on whichever one of those. I think any of them will be very grateful.
Just shoot me a link while I'm looking this up.
I don't know how to do that. Sorry.
There's one that's playing Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Here's mini painting.
Yeah, let's go to the mini painter. That'd be great. That'd be good. I'm sure they'd appreciate it. Okay, we have 18 subscribers. Nope, we have 17 subscribers.
anybody in the chat has any suggestions? We can always use a hand.
Please, if you have someone that you guys
Oh, there's
like
this
and
Behold roleplay that looks good. I mean, I have to click on.
Okay, upper limit 17. Generate. Nope, not doing that one.
we'll win the shirt. Roll.
Okay.
Okay, this place looks good. I'm gonna try to share this link with you. Copy. Oh, I can just copy
Which
and
one?
then Discord. Behold roleplay. You guys don't have to choose it, but it says. I like the. I'll just send it to you and you can see.
Oh, I see them. Yeah.
Oops, I just exited out of Twitch altogether. That's great.
I'm down for the old.
And we're down to 11 now. So.
Okay. The winner of the shirt is going to be Yes Anderson.
Oh.
So send me your info. I will get that shirt sent out to you.
So funny.
Obviously, Sarah, I'm going to send you a shirt because you made us the awesome design. So you will be getting a shirt as thanks. Besides that, I think we have a person we're going to raid. All right. Was that sent to me?
Go say hi.
Okay. Behold roleplay.
Get those pitchforks of love ready.
He raid.
Now that you can get
And a bunch of
anything to
nag the emotes.
Yes.
Oh.
I think they just got rated.
Our stream
It's really
just
funky.
yeah.
And my phone's about to die.
Oh shoot.
What happened? What happened? Can't see anything because I think my phone is about to die.
I had my chat and everything.
Whoops.
What the fuck's going on my phone right now?
Technology at its best.
Woo.
I think at this point we could just end the stream.
I'm gonna do the raid.
Great. Yeah, reading's fun.
Gonna plug my phone and I'll be right back.
Shall we, Mike?
Yeah, reading.
Reading Rainbow.
Make sure to comment and say hi.
That song's gonna be stuck in my head. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I'm trying to look
Holy crap, we got another
Mine
one.
was today too.
Woohoo! New
heck is
age
going on?
geeks, welcome raiders. Thank you.
Wow.
Rating.
I need to make a command that can just do
Our
all the emotes for me.
people are actually like commenting reading. I like it.
Yeah, emote command. I
Yeah,
just need to check if this thing qualifies as a thing. Okay, so your divine
Wait, end the
sense
stream.
is within
End the
60
raid.
feet?
No.
Okay, so you're not quite there yet.
Once you
But
read,
as you guys
we're
get
done.
closer,
Like our
you
stream is
do
done.
those of you who
Says
got
we're
over
hosting a
15
raid.
on your perception
Mhm.
check are able to discern that this sounds like
Yay.
a